What up, what up, what up, ladies and gentlemen? It is me, your host, Gannon, joined by my lovely co-host, as always, Dylan!
What's up, everybody?
Hi, Dylan, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful today.
How'd you like today's chapter, dude?
I love today's chapter.
I thought it was so much fun.
It was amazing.
They did tease us, we'll see here in a second, they teased the hell out of us with that little snippet of Queen versus Sanji.
Oh,
I did not see the chapter title.
Yeah. I for a second thought we were gonna maybe see that fight actually happen. I was like, really?
Or at least half the fight, a snippet of it. Because low-key, Sanji versus Queen is up there with the ones that I'm most excited for.
Oh, yeah.
Jinbei is washing who's who, and that's great to see, but dude, Jinbei is just a beast.
Yeah,
and you'll see here, I'm definitely not disappointed with what we got this chapter at all. The fight we got this chapter.
I'm so happy with it.
Oh, it's so good. It was so good. I love Franky, and dude, I just got so much stuff to mention when we get to that part, especially. But this was a pretty cool chapter, guys. 10-19, called the Triceracopter, and you will definitely see, if you haven't already, why it is called the Triceracopter. Yeah, dude, it's for a totally ridiculous reason, if you haven't guessed. The front page of Shonen Jump looking pretty saucy this week. We got Luffy in this, Japanese Air Force outfit, I believe. He looks like he's wearing, a pilot's jacket. And it's got a Japanese flag on it. So, I don't know what it's really supposed to be. I'm assuming Japanese pilot. All I know is it looks fire. Luffy is easily the #1 poster boy for Shonen Jump. He's on all the covers because it's the climax of his series right now. He's amazing. And another thing cool we got this week, Dylan, was the... What are we doing?
Where's Waldo and Luffy crossover.
We got the Where's Waldo One Piece crossover.
Yeah.
And this is crazy, dude. I'm going to put an image of it up on the screen just so people can see it.
It is really cool.
There's so much detail to this, Dylan. There's a lot. There's, all of our favorite characters in Wano, plus the characters that are definitely going to show up later, of course. All Easter eggs, BT dubs. You got Enel and San Juan Wolf in this picture.
Yeah, totally. They're all going to show up. Even Gaimon.
They're all going to show up at... yep, Gaimon's coming to Wano. I don't know how he's going to get here, but he's going to be here. Yep. Because they're all in the Where's Waldo One Piece crossover. But I have yet to... there's Luffy. He's at the top with, the gum
and
thing.
Zoro's also right there next to him.
Sitting down on the ledge? Or
top right, above and to the right of Luffy.
I see. And then right next to them is Eustace Kid. With
and then Killer is also there.
I saw Killer. I did not see Zoro, and I did not see Luffy, weirdly enough. The first thing that I actually did find was Waldo. He's in the bottom left corner.
There's actually 3 Waldos.
Okay, well, are all of them legitimate? Or are you supposed to just find, one?
I don't know. See, look, there's one on the... right horn.
Right horn. Where is that?
Okay.
Oh, okay, I see.
And then there's one with all the striped prisoners in the bottom right quadrant.
Yeah, the one that I found is in the bottom left near Paros.
Hold on, let me see. I think I know which one you're talking about. I just need to find him again.
He's just directly above Paros. Paros is in the bottom left.
Oh no, I see him. Yeah, there's that one too.
And so because I remember the Where's Waldo, they had multiple Waldos sometimes, but some of them would be unlegit Waldos. They would have mustaches, and they wouldn't be the real Waldo. The fake Waldos that are meant to take you off your, red herrings of Waldos. But, dude, look at Queen in the right smack dab middle. Hilarious little image of Queen. But something that's really cool that I just noticed is that a little bit to the top left of him is CP0, and they look hilarious.
Oh, yeah. They're just lurking in the background.
And look, there's Who's Who in Jinbei above them having their little fight.
Uh-huh.
Do you think this is floor accurate? This is actually 100% accurate?
Hold on.
This is where all the characters are...
Low-key, it could be, because I know
Shinobu
Jinbei...
and Yamato and them are down in the bottom, where they're supposed to be.
Jinbei and Who's Who are on the 4th floor, but Luffy and Zoro are also on the roof in this, so that's not exactly accurate with that part.
Maybe it's accurate to when, all the Straw Hats went to go fight their opponents, and then Luffy was up on the roof, that moment. But where is Robin? Do you think they even included, Robin and Black Maria?
No, I see Black Maria.
Where is she?
Above right to Queen. And I see Sanji. Yeah, no, Sanji's like all wrapped up in the spider webs.
Oh yeah, and then where's Robin? Do you think this is before like Sanji called to Robin?
At this point, Robin would be on like the live floor. I'm pretty sure. I see Caesar.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have a stroke. I see all them down on the live floor, dude. This is totally accurate because Apu, what's his face? The old guy Hyogoro's down there and he's half frozen. So I just have to assume that Robin is somewhere down there on the live floor. I'm not gonna look.
I think I see Usopp.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This has turned into an episode of Where's Waldo and not actually the One Piece chapter review. But the Where's Waldo crossover is just too fun
crazy.
And detailed.
It's
like
cool.
It's
really cool.
I feel like I'm in elementary school library again, Dylan, reading this. But not only did we get that, but we got a fire color spread with some awesome boobage. Nico Robin is in some bougie ass Louis Vuitton bikini, bro. I'm over here sweating. I'm sweating. And yeah, so we got the Straw Hat crew over here, minus the latest Straw Hat edition. Yamato is not in this picture, weirdly enough, even though Yamato is a confirmed Straw Hat, by the way. 100%. Anybody who thinks that she's not a confirmed Straw Hat is a little bit delusional. But yeah, here we are. We're actually going to get into the chapter now, because while this is a great chapter, we got to make it a quick one. We're a little bit on a time limit at the moment. Castle interior live floor. Take this. We just get a cool shower of beams. So a little one panel of Queen attacking Sanji. And so I guess the way that One Piece is doing it nowadays is that they will stay 100% faithful to the actual manga fight. But then they add in at least twice as much stuff to juice it up. The Katakuri fight in the anime was extremely vastly different from the Katakuri one in the manga. The one in the manga was pretty simple, clear-cut. Like, I think there was one panel where he made a giant foot and coated it in hockey, and just to show Luffy that he could make a better and bigger foot than him. But in the anime, I swear, Katakuri was like this god who had just infinite power and energy, and he spawned like 10... Oh, sorry if I just hit my microphone. He spawned like 10 giant feet. So, just limitless power in the anime. That's not me dissing it. I'm just saying that because I'm seeing these one chapter long fights, and I know that the One Piece, whoever is working on One Piece right now, I know there's multiple directors from multiple different episodes, but whoever is like producing and organizing and making One Piece so good right now, I just know they're going to make all these fights, Dylan, so amazing. They're going to add in like a lot of extra content, but it is going to be good content. Nothing that's going to make me cringe. It's just going to make the fights better. And just seeing this little sliver of Sanji versus Queen. Queen is just like shooting Sanji with beams, and Sanji retorts. He's like, a constant barrage of beams? That sounds like tech Franky would love to get his hands on. I love how Sanji's not intimidated by this fight. He's ready. No.
He's cool right now. He's just cooling.
I love it. Because, bro, I was thinking about this. Like, we need cool Sanji. Sanji post-time skip has not been cool. He's been fawning over ladies and low-key, like, losing a lot and not getting too many dubs. And when he does get dubs, it's over weak opponents. So, the fact that Sanji's here, he's got confidence. He's facing arguably, like, definitely on the... When it comes to second commanders, Queen is top 2 or 3 of the second commanders. The only people that are contesting Queen are, like, Lucky Roo and Jozu, of course. Jozu's definitely beating Queen because Queen doesn't have the firepower to deal with Jozu.
Yeah, not a lot of people do.
This is a huge fight for Sanji. This is huge. I'm so excited to see it, Dylan. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how Sanji deals with an opponent like Queen. We haven't had Sanji do a to-death fight. Like, there are moments in this series where the Straw Hats have to fight extremely strong opponents, and everybody is relying on them. Because if they, imagine if somebody didn't win their fight at Water 7, dude. Like, Luffy wouldn't have been able to, help them or save them. No. Imagine if one of them lost their fights. They would have been done. Because all the other people were way too exhausted after fighting their own individual fights. This is, again, one of those moments where every Straw Hat knows, like, this is my fight. This is my responsibility. Yeah. And that's just the feeling I love when I get to see pirates fight. And that's also the reason I love One Piece, Dylan.
One Piece is amazing.
So we go down here, and it's like, that won't work. Sorry. There are so many layers of bandages. Take them off before you give me the damn shot. Oh, well, let's not get hung up on the details. Are you sure you know what you're doing? Hey! So, like, the mink doctors are working on Zoro right now, and they're trying to attempt to unravel his bandages so that they could give him a shot. However, there's just too many bandages, and it seems like this guy's not going to muck around with that.
Yeah,
but that
it's going to go straight through.
Yeah, no, for sure. But that is all we get from the live floor. Zoro and Sanji's fights are being hinted at, teased, but definitely not going to start anytime soon. I feel like we're going to get all the other fights starting before theirs.
Yeah, now, let's actually talk about this for a second. Since we're, like, Zoro is getting the shot this chapter, how many more chapters till we see Zoro back in action?
3 to 4.
That's what I'm wondering, yeah.
3 to 4, because I'm thinking that they're going to have to... Here's the thing, like, you know how Jinbei and even Franky in this chapter, they fight their opponents and kind of get, like, a dealing blow on them, but it just kind of cuts there. We don't know if their fights are 100% finished or if, like, we're going to get more.
Yeah.
So at the very least, Dylan, before we get to see Zoro, Sanji, and then, God forbid, Luffy fight, we're going to have to get all the other fights started first. That includes, like, Jack, Neko, Peros, and we also still have to get through the Yamato and Kaido fight. So a lot of things we're going to have to get through before we actually get to see the Kings fight.
Oh, yeah.
The Wano Sea, Polar Tang. That is the name of Law's ship, and it's a really cool name. I love it. I have a little model version of Law's ship on my shelf, and my friend Lucas brought it back from Japan for me. And the Polar Tang is a sick thing. I remember when Law was first introduced, I loved the fact that he had a submarine.
Just a submarine,
I thought that was so quirky and just new, because everybody else just drives pirate ships. The fact that Law is a submarine, that's cool.
Yeah.
His crew is not cool. The coolest thing about Law's crew is Law, but his ship, ballin'. Don't die on us, Straw Hat! Damn it! If only the captain were here! I'm not sure if basic first aid is enough! Mugiwara! Open your eyes! He has already coughed up a ton of water, right? Should we pour some medicine down his throat? No, we should give him an injection! His face is pale! What do we do? And then... Meat! Of course, I'm vegan. I don't condone the eating of meat or animal products, but of course this is an outdated shonen anime, so the main character definitely needs, like, protein and meat in some fashion. Being a vegan, it does kind of make me cringe, like, every time Luffy wants meat these days, but at the same time, it's a fictional story. I'm not going to get too mad about it. But Luffy always needs food to recoup. That is his medicine. At the end of the day, like, I remember the Cracker fight, he just got so big from eating all the biscuit soldiers, and he used all that built-up energy to create Tankman. I'm honestly not confident if we'll ever see Tankman again. Like,
really?
Used.
You don't think we'll
honestly,
ever see, like, a normal version of Tankman or something?
I don't know if it's just, like, a weird situational thing that he was able to do that one time because of the extra mass, or if that's something that he's actually able to do on command. But if we're going to be honest, Dylan, like, I mean, bro, Tankman, it was extremely situational.
It really was.
Using it to, like, beat Cracker specifically. I can't even envision a scenario where Luffy wouldn't just use, like, Fusen instead of that. And also, it is a little bit strange how Gear 4th doesn't even have, like, a Fusen variant. But, anyways, we're just gonna continue. Because I'm the king of tangents. Onigashima Skull Dome. Right Brain Tower. Nani? What? Why are the headliners attacking us? And this is really cool. We got the, this guy has like 4 arms. I know that the other dude has the scorpion fruit. I don't know what this guy has, but he's got these really awesome jagged swords that he is ripping away at these poor souls with. Iron Bro, focus on Sasaki. Oh wait, Oh, Iron Bro, focus on Sasaki and leave these guys to us. Yeah! Are you guys helping me? I thought you were his lackeys. Wheeze. I love how Franky's getting tired in a robot. How do you get tired in a mech, bro? Like, deadass, how do you get tired in a mech, Dylan? Like, you know those boys in Titanfall are like the Tau are not getting tired in their mechs, bro. I think it's funny. Franky's
It's like driving a car or something.
Doing the shonen wheeze in his mech. Wheeze. What voice does Sasaki get in this chapter? Because you know that, like, by the next time we record a chapter, dude, I'm just gonna end up giving all these people different voices anyways. I don't care if the entire armored unit is controlled. This is still treason. You really are a tough bastard. I must have dealt with you countless fatal blows already. You're pretty tough yourself, and that's a real pain in the ass. Dun dun dun! Seems like we've been betrayed. Well, seems like we've been betrayed on the live floor as well. I'm going to head there and skewer all of those unloyal cockroaches. Now get out of my way. And this is pretty cool because, honestly, like, that's really what a boss should be doing. Like, the moment y'all start acting up, like, I'm just gonna kill you all.
Yeah, real quickly. I didn't really realize this the first time reading through this, but this is, like, Sasaki's hybrid form. Did you? Yeah, I didn't, like, notice that at all until I read through it a second time.
Oh, but I definitely noticed just because he went from regular Triceratops to something different. I basically knew.
I just wasn't paying attention that hard.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, but the V on his stomach also looks really dope.
Also, another thing I gotta say is that both Triceratops and the hybrid forms, Dylan, look amazing. I'm very content with both of them. I think the hybrid forms look sensational.
Yeah,
I think they all do.
They look really cool.
Even Kaido's, like, it took me a little bit
Kaido's grew on me a lot.
Because I feel like Kaido's, we were expecting something a little bit unrealistic, but after I saw the panels of Kaido just going demon time on Luffy, like, dude, I started loving his hybrid form. I really started loving it. So, not only is Sasaki gonna get this cool hybrid form here, but he just starts revving up, and his sword starts doing some extra stuff. Karakuri Hirixasodo! So his sword, like, there's like some mechanism to it that
it's like
these
a drill.
Razor blades, these razor blades unhinge and they come forward so that when he slashes towards his opponent, you're either going to get sliced with the actual blade, or you're going to get hit with the sides of the blade, and you're going to get destroyed by these razor-sharp blades. It's a helix sword. Again with that sword. You ain't going nowhere. While I've got no clue why those punks joined us, I'm not complaining if it means I have a few more friends. We've got your back, Iron Bro. And then this is hilarious. Franky's like, I'm good. Go and help the others. I don't need your help. Go away. I don't like you guys. Ha 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 ha. I'm glad they won't be getting between us. But don't make me laugh. Either way, I've got to handle this. Oh, sorry. I switched up voices again. Mid-chapter. Ha 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 ha. I'm glad they won't be getting between us, but don't make me laugh. Either way, I've got to handle this situation on my own now. This is crazy. I don't know why this is the case, Dylan. This is just One Piece stupidity at the end of the day. I don't know why going into a hybrid form would allow you to detach. Like,
boom.
I'm not very educated on dinosaurs, Dylan, but I'm 100,000% convinced that thing that goes around the Triceratops dome is, like, literally a part of its skull.
Yeah,
so
I'm pretty sure it
is,
too.
Detaching his skull and spinning it around. So, like, bro, remember that, like, really ass member Buffalo who had
I was just thinking about that. He's literally just a better, like, Buffalo.
Like, he's literally, like, take the spin fruit and its useless, weird, quirky ability, but then on top of that, just make it, like, an ancient zone. Like, this fruit is not just the better spin fruit. This fruit is, like, infinitesimally better, dude. It's so much better. It's ridiculous.
No, it could be. It could be though that this isn't just his fruit, and it could be like Queen or something like augmented him. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe Queen augmented him, but at the same time, the Tobiropo don't like Queen, and they don't like the commanders, and they're constantly trying to overthrow them, and they're constantly beefing with them. Mm-hmm. If you remember, Kaku was somebody who had just gotten his devil fruit. He was a really experienced fighter, and he was able to like mold himself into a box and do spinning stuffs. So I just think that this is within the realm of possibility within when you're like in your hybrid form, I guess.
It is also One Piece, so
yeah, it's also One Piece. So just like don't question it.
Yeah,
but that move, this is bad. Run, Iron Bro. Morons, if you have time to worry, then you should worry about yourselves. I honestly think that, like, the fact that Sasaki's hybrid form looks like this is so great. It looks good. Mm-hmm. He gets fatter, and, like, Frank even makes a comment about this. It's hilarious. And so he's revving up. He's flying through the sky. He is spinning these things around so fast that he's able to lift his giant, massive body up off the ground. And he's like, Triceracopter! This panel is so goofy.
Mm-hmm.
It is
just his head in the middle of just this
ridiculous. I cannot wait to see this animated. Me and Dylan are going to watch so much One Piece and binge watch it together when we're done reading the Wano arc and when it's all like out. And I just can't wait to see moments like these. It's just going to make me feel so alive. I know it is.
Mm-hmm.
Omaewa! Because that's what guys means in Japanese. They're like, Omaewa! Guys! Rah! Yeah! So, yeah, all the Smile users that were helping Franky, they just got murked in one foul swoop. And now, the Triceracopter's coming towards Franky, Dylan! It's coming towards Franky! And then, this is awesome, dude. Honestly, if I was Franky, I'd be a little bit intimidated.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm going to be real, like,
if honestly, a flying dinosaur that probably weighs like a ton or two just flying at you with a sword, bro, are you kidding me?
By this, yeah, no, for real, Dylan. And by this point, you also saw how Franky mentioned that he had already dealt him, like, multiple fatal blows. And we know that, like, these ancient zones are cracked because one of them literally, like, ulti tanked a shot from Big Mom. From the cannon. What was it called?
Oh, shit.
I don't remember what it was called, but it was, like, it's named after Godzilla's primary thing. But, like, the fact that Ulti was even able to stand, it wasn't just actually in the grave after she took that attack, is insane. It just goes to show you how cracked the Ancient Zones are, even the lower tier ones, because I would like to believe that Ulti and Page 1 are on the lower tier of the Tobiropo.
Yeah, Page 1 got fucked, though.
Page 1 is done. I mean, Ulti, you could tell that Ulti's stronger than Page 1. The fact that she was able to tank that, Page 1 is dead. I would like to believe that Page 1 might be dead. You move real weird. I didn't think this would turn into an aerial battle. So yeah, Franky kind of scaves off his attack. He's able to, like, push him away and parry him with the sword. The Triceratops is a pretty special breed of dinosaur. Go figure! Those damn propellers are boosting your speed a hell of a lot. So, like, so I guess the Triceratops in the One Piece world could actually, like, fly.
Yep.
Okay, Oda. Like, were the Triceratops over on, what was that island where they faced Mr. 3 and
Little Garden?
Miss Golden? Yeah, Little Garden. Were the Triceratops on Little Garden capable of flying? Like,
totally.
Bro, what?
Totally.
You trying to rush me down? Do your worst. General Shield. General Shield. Huh? And it's like, hilariously, what? He spun his propellers in the wrong way and launched himself backward? So Sasaki is just, like, doing some funny stuff right now because this is a Franky fight. Now this is enough of a run-up. No way that was on purpose! Can it? I just wanted more space to gain momentum! Triceratops! Bullet! So, basically, Sasaki comedically, like, swishes himself in the opposite direction. Mm-hmm. As to give him more space to build up. Franky is kind of laughing. Well, he's not really laughing. He's joking about this. They're having a little back and forth. And then they hit Franky with the Triceratops. And Franky Shogun's face and the Triceratops Sasaki's face are face to face. Franky makes a comment here. Not good. My shoulder launcher. It's gonna misfire. And then this bullet actually looks like it's ramming into Franky right now in this panel. Franky is getting a little bit worried. He's like, son of a... And then here we go, dude.
Oh,
excellent.
Yeah. Oh.
Excellent. Dude, but Dylan, before we get into this grapple, the whole time I was reading this and I was watching this grapple, I was thinking to myself, I was like, we can all thank. Like, at the end of the day, bro, I honestly feel like Franky wouldn't win this if it wasn't for Senior Pink.
Oh my god, I was thinking about Senior Pink as well.
At the end of the day, dude, that fight with Senior Pink, Franky needed to get hard-boiled before he fought Sasaki. He needed to be hard-boiled. So that he could fight in Ancient Zone. That's why he fought Senior Pink in Dressrosa. He needed that growth. He needed that fight. Like, if Franky didn't fight Senior Pink to prepare himself for this fight, I don't think Franky would have been prepared. I'm just gonna be real. Just look at this General Suplex! Franky takes Sasaki, and instead of trying to push him or ward him away, another grapple attack! Following the footsteps of Jinbei. But also, Franky has historically used grapple attacks against Senior Pink. An excellent grapple attack. He uses the momentum just the same way Jinbei did, literally. Like, they're actually fighting a really similar fight right now. Using the momentum from that attack and just basically pushing it in an opposite direction, using it against Sasaki, Dylan. And he does a general suplex and just, lifts him over his shoulder and
fucking
pushes his head right into
down.
The ground.
Hell
yeah, slams his ass right down. Pins him into the ground. I don't care how thick your hide is. Your belly's bound to be a weak spot. It's over. Franken sword. Victory the Frasho! And then it misses. I think Sasaki gets out of the ground just in time. He's like, damn it.
Flies up.
Titch. Come on. If only I was better with swords, says Franky. Which is funny. Because, this is a sword art, and he's like, damn it. If only I was better with swords. So Sasaki, showing that he's actually from the Wano country and uses a sword most of the time.
Chops the sword in half.
Chops the general's sword in half. Seriously? He shattered my Franken sword, and then, hilariously, Franky's doing the Joseph run right now. Arigato, Shmoki! He does that, dude. He is running away, and he's like, if it's gonna be like that, I'll just have to put all my money on my strongest attack for a one-shot comeback. Aren't you ashamed of running away mid-fight? Whoa! Obviously not. No good. I just can't let this guy through. He's already chased me all the way to the back to the live floor. Tricero Brett. So Sasaki is now going after. He's chasing after Franky in the Shogun General, and seeing the Shogun General run away like this is actually hilarious to me. It's funny. It honestly looks like Joseph doing the dash.
Mm-hmm.
Now. Gannon Cannon Encore! Have we ever seen this?
No, I don't think we have.
This is the ultimate General Cannon attack.
Yeah.
So he does this and he's like, General Cannon! And then...
boom! Launches his ass.
A crazy powerful attack. Just, for context... Sasaki's heading at him at Mach 5, doing the Tricera bullet. He's going incredibly fast. At full force, right towards Franky. This General Cannon is so powerful that it not only stops Sasaki, just, straight up, but it pushes him away, miles, blasts him away. And you could see blood, coughing up blood, coming out from Sasaki. But, naturally, because this is a main villain fight, and because... he's in Ancient Zone. His eyes crack open abruptly. They look pissed. He's like, what? Nani? Says Franky. Everyone fears the Beast Pirates because of the Flying Six. Don't underestimate us. I'm taking you down with me. Tricera Meganom! So I believe that Sasaki is, like, using his ultimate attack. And also Sasaki's like, I'm taking you down with me, which is, like, low-key
implies he's, like, already kind of, like, nearing the end.
Yeah, like, implies that he's low-key, like, nearing defeat. And also, like, this might be the whole fight, especially...
That's what I was thinking, too. I was gonna say, like, I'm more convinced from this fight that, like, the opponent is defeated than I was with, like, the Jinbei Who's Who fight. Because
I've historically watched fights in anime, and I guess I didn't realize manga fights were really this short, just, like, a whole chapter long. I was expecting maybe each of these fights to be, like, 2 chapters long, or, like, 1.2 to 1.5.
They could be, too. Like, we still don't know if they're, like, finished, but, like, just the way this ends, it seems like...
Like, the implication, him saying, like, he's doing his power move, he's like, I'm taking you down with me. It doesn't really sound like he's got more in the tank. Franky, alarmed by this, actually, like, gets hit by Sasaki. And he starts cracking into the General Shogun Franky. And so, the only thing that Franky can do at this situation, Dylan, is to just hop the hell out. He's like, it's time! Sorry, I need to take a drink of water real quick. But he's like, it's time! He jumps out the Franky Shogun, abandons it, and Sasaki's surprised, like, huh? And then, because he's used up all the power in the Franky Shogun, the only thing Franky has left in his arsenal, especially when he jumps out of the Shogun, is his own Franky Radical Beam, which is the most powerful weapon in his own arsenal. But I would like to think that the Franky Shogun Beam is, like, stronger, right?
It has to be.
It's just like the second beam that's, like, meant to finish off Sasaki. But anyways, Franky's revving up the Radical Beam. He's like, Franky Radical Beam! And oh my gosh.
Straight into his stomach.
Right Dead into center. That little fat tummy that Franky was talking about earlier, that it's basically his weak spot. It's got to be that little tum-tum. Straight into his weak spot. So that, for me, like, honestly, if Sasaki's not done after that...
And he's even got, like, the, like, whited out eyes, coughing up blood, like, kind of, like, burnt body.
Like, defeated.
Yeah.
Like, defeated. Like, it really does look like this fight is done and wrapped up with, but just because it's in a manga format, you don't really get to see any type of conclusion, because, obviously, it's manga, and they need to use, like, every panel and just basically show what's going on, and then the anime is going to do the rest.
So,
right?
let's talk about this real quick. Let's just say... Like, let's just assume that, you know, page 1, Ulti, Who's Who, and Sasaki are all down. That is 4 out of the 5, actually, because, you know, Drake isn't a part of the Flying 6 anymore.
Like Loki never was.
Yeah, so that would mean that all that's left is Black Maria, Queen King, Jack, and then Kaido, and Peros. Those are all the, like, big opponents left, so it's, like, kind of starting, if we assume that they're defeated, it's kind of starting to, like, you know, actually make, like, big progress for the alliance. They're making big
progress, but at the end of the day, Dylan, you know that if Big Mom and Kaido aren't defeated, like, none of this means anything.
Oh, yeah, there's also Big Mom. Forgot about her.
Like, no, like, even if Big Mom dies and, like, Luffy is too tired to fight and Kaido's still standing, everyone is fucked. There's nobody's gonna step up. Marco can't defeat him. Nobody can defeat him. Like, I don't care if he's tired or whatever. Like, it's Kaido. Like, if Luffy doesn't defeat this guy, there's nobody else here who can. So if all the Flying Six are defeated, I don't care if all the Straw Hats are remaining. If Luffy's too tired... Well, in this hypothetical, of course, this would never happen, but, like, Kaido would slaughter everyone. At the end of the day, like, they are making big progress. But this isn't really too much of a dub. This is just...
No, I'm not talking about in, like, the grand scheme and things. I'm more so talking about, like, fights-wise. Just, like, the fights are progressing more and more.
And, I mean...
Like, obviously this means nothing in the end of the day if Kaido isn't defeated.
Mm-hmm. And also, at the same time, I mean, Straw Hats are all going to win their fights. Mm-hmm. The Flying Six are toast. But... that basically wraps up the Sasaki-Franky fight for now, at least, but it looks pretty much done, you know? I mean, again, I'll just make this quick comment. I'm a bit confused because historically I've only watched anime fights, and the really only fights I've seen, like extended fights in the manga was the Katakuri fight, because I started reading the manga, like, shortly at the end of Dressrosa, basically. But here at the end of the chapter, Dylan, like, we're talking about all this crazy fight stuff. We got a insane reveal this chapter. And we'll quickly talk about it because I only want to talk about it so much because I want to make a video about it. I want to make a power scale. I wanted for a long time. I was like, as soon as we get the devil fruit reveal, even if we don't know what it is, I have to make a power scaling Yamato video as soon as we know the fruit reveal. Like, I don't even have to know the full deets on the fruit. I just want to guess. I just want to power scale Yamato based on my own headcanon.
Assumptions.
It'll be really fun, I think. Mm-hmm. But we go to the Skull Dome rooftop. You'll think you'll make a worthy addition to our military strength, Yamato. Is that any way for a father to talk to his child? I went through a lot to get that devil fruit. Did you really think I'd just let you use its power freely? I only ate it because I was hungry. It was a real shock. All I wanted was to set sail, and now I can't even swim. I've tried to kill you countless times now. Oh, no, it's still her talking. I've tried to kill you countless times now, and you always knocked me down, but that's what made me strong. Your shackles weren't the only thing keeping me here. If I abandoned this country, how could I call myself Odin? So we're like, really, I read all that, guys, and if you haven't seen the chapter, basically what I'll tell you is that nothing that's going on in the panels besides Yamato's fruit reveal matters. Nothing that was really said, except for the fact that, you know, Kaido's like saying these, I went through a lot to get that double fruit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is kind of important.
It's cool. It's cool because, like, just goes to show you, just the contrast, right? Like, go back to East Blue Saga. Devil fruits are mythical to the general populace. Like, there's even some canon mistakes in the Viz manga translation where they refer to a devil fruit tree. Everybody's ignorant about devil fruits. You see somebody with a devil fruit, it's crazy. Oh my god, you're a freak of nature. It's the devil's work. But as soon as you get to the Grand Line, devil fruits are like at least one on every island. It's a part of the culture. And then there are some cultures where they just, like, see the devil fruits as devil powers, like in Wano. But it is cool to see the contrast between, like, Luffy and East Blue and nobody knowing about devil fruits to the top dogs in the world basically having all the money, all the information, all the power, and they're basically playing, like, a game of life, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna bid for this devil fruit on eBay. You know, it's cool to think about. It really is cool. Like, these are hype beast, like, items in a way that people have to go through a lot of trouble to get through. For instance, Law's fruit. It's really cool. Just, devil fruits have always been easily my top favorite 5 things about the series. But, like, I'm not going to go back and read anything. The chapter is over. 10-19 is over. But, like, I think the last thing we're going to talk about, and I want to try to keep this under 40 minutes, so we got to be quick. And I also want to make a video on this. So I'll just ask you one question. Yamato's fruit is revealed in this chapter, and if I haven't put it on screen already, I'm putting it up right now. Dylan, what do you think of it? And then what do you think it is? What is your first guess?
Okay. So what do I think of it? Well, I was pleasantly surprised. You know, we've gone into it thinking, oh, she's going to have, like, the Siberian tiger, the white tiger, right? Well, no, Husu has the Siberian tiger. We're like, oh, it's going to be, like, the white tiger or something, right? And so, you know, when you have that...
Siberian tiger is a white tiger. He has the saber tooth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. And so, you know, having that assumption of mine, you go into it thinking like, oh, when we get it, it's gonna be like super, like badass and cool, right? But we get something like this, and this, I still really like it. It's still really cool, but like it's not as badass as like a tiger, right? Yeah. And so, from what it looks like, to me at least, it looks something like a deer or like a gazelle with the horns. Mm-hmm. But you know, we already talked about this before, and we don't have to talk about this now. But like, assuming that those horns are actually Yamato's horns, that can mean that it's a completely different animal, but I think it has a striking resemblance to a gazelle. But I still don't know if that really is. It could be anything. Whatever it is, it's like strong because of how Kaido's talking about it, and it would be really cool if it was, and it seems to kind of look like a mythical fruit, even.
Okay, so here's the thing, Dylan, I definitely hear what you're saying, and I was also pleasantly surprised. I was just doing a quick Google search because I needed to check. all other zone users in the series do not show really any of their, if they're not in the hybrid form, then they're not going to be showing any of the features of the fruit. It's either you're in your human, your hybrid, or your full form. And then any indications of their fruit is usually within their like garb or dress. It is not, so like I am really convinced that both Kaido and Yamato's horns are natural. They have nothing to do with the fruit, and that they are there because they are some weird specific race. I would like to think that Kaido still has another secretive layer on top of him that's going to be revealed, that I just don't think Kaido and Yamato are regular humans. They're way too tall, cracked, and they have those really awesome horns that are present in both their human and animal forms. So, I'll tell you, I'm pleasantly surprised, because I was expecting, like, plain as day, just looking at Yamato's design and all the options that are left, a Siberian tiger would have been awesome. Mm-hmm. But I'm pleasantly surprised because I honestly didn't think Oda had the balls to put a mythical zoan on the Straw Hats. It's either that we're being trolled and this isn't a mythical zone, but bro, that looks mythical as hell. Bro,
it's got like the like flowing like kind of cloud like formations around it. You see
it looks
that?
like a spirit. Like it's definitely mythical. And also Kaido mentions how he went through a lot of trouble to get the fruit. It is a mythical. Mm-hmm. If he goes through a lot of trouble to get it, it is a mythical, plain as day. It does look really deer-like, Dylan, because of the eyelashes, well, the eyebrows, the nose,
and the ears.
The ears. And also the horns, like you said, conveniently are helping it make it look like more deer-like, more antler-like gazelle. But I think, because Oda has been on a streak of just trolling and sending us on red herrings lately, I honestly think this fruit is the Inugami fruit. I think we're going to stay with the theme of the mythicals, and basically the fruits. Well, actually, besides the dinosaur fruits, the only other fruits that have shown up that are zones in basically Wano, and also if you include that little, like, bit where they leave Wano for a second and they go and pan into Whitebeard on his island, I think either, like, at the start of Wano or right before they get to. All the zone fruits that we've seen besides the dinosaur ones have been either mythical or, like, Japanese themed. So we had the teapot that ate the tanuki fruit, or it was either like a tanuki that ate the teapot fruit. And then we also have Orochi's fruit, which is literally called the Yamato no Orochi. And that isn't the name of some creature or animal. That is literally the name of the story where the Hydra comes from. Yamato no Orochi. Like, that's the name of the story where Susanoo, the Japanese god of lightning and thunder, goes down to Earth to redeem himself in some way and saves either like a couple or a village from this Hydra creature. And he does this by luring the creature through these gates, either with like alcohol or food or something. And then he closes the gates on the Hydra and chops them all off with his cool thunder sword, you know, like the one from Smite. Mm-hmm. And I basically think she's an Inugami, Dylan. I think she has the sister fruit to Katarina Devon's Kitsune fruit. Mm-hmm. Because if the Kitsune fruit exists and she's able to basically transform into other people and change appearances in, it's like the clone fruit, I was doing a little reading. The Inugami is basically a Kitsune. Kitsune is a 9-tailed fox spirit that is able to impersonate people and can even be slightly possessive. But the Inugami's thing, Dylan, is that it is a dog spirit, and that it is literally able to possess people. So all mythical fruits at the end of the day have some added ability. That's what makes them special. Like, not only do you get to turn into this cool mythical creature, but they all have another, like, paramecia level fantasy ability that comes with them. For Marco, it's the regeneration. For Sengoku, it's the ability to do incredibly powerful shockwaves. For Marco, also, it's the ability to heal. He has, like, multiple abilities. His fruit is cracked.
Yeah, so his fruit is cracked.
It is looking very deer-like. It may be. I searched around for deer spirits, but upon like the first couple
another
searches,
thing as well along with that though is something to be noted is that like a deer is an herbivore, right? It eats plants. So it wouldn't have a need for fangs, yet Yamato has fangs, which is
you're
like
right,
carnivorous.
You're super right. You're super right. I honestly, and it has really long, like, elvish deer ears. It's really throwing me off. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Honestly, I feel like it was designed intentionally that way.
There's literally no, like, fruit reveal either for it. So it's supposed to be like how Kaido's fruit was, where, like, you know, it seems like it's one thing when in reality it's another. It could be the same thing. Like, we don't have... Oda didn't put, like, a devil fruit title in this.
There's also a reason why we're seeing the hybrid first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like even though the fruit is revealed, like, this is the first, I feel like, mythical fruit reveal. Like, even though the fruit is revealed, it's still not revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're looking at this, and Dylan, I think the biggest piece of evidence you mentioned was the fangs. That honestly makes it, like, gotta be slightly carnivorous, but at the same time, it's like a mythical fruit, so mythical creatures can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, that is true.
So my guess right now, is the Inugami. What was yours again, Dylan?
A gazelle, or just some type of mythical fruit. I really don't know, but that's like the first thing I could compare it to when I saw it for the first time.
There is like I don't know if there's like any deer spirits that are super explicit or popular in Japanese culture.
I saw one being thrown around on like the subreddit, but I forgot what it was.
Dylan, there's like the deer spirit I know from that Princess Mononoke movie that I haven't seen. I need to watch that because it's probably one of the best Studio Ghibli movies of all time, and I've yet to watch it, and I've watched all the other ones, so I need to watch it. But yeah, we're approaching 50 minutes, so I think that's pretty much all I want to talk about, Dylan. Honestly, the only thing that we could really do right now is speculate. I was working on a video where it's like Zoro's status in life after Wano, and I will get that one out too within the next 7 days. But first, I think I'm going to get this Yamato one out just because it's more relevant information. And there's no break next week, and I have a feeling that maybe we'll get more information on it next week, so I got to hurry up and get it out while it's like still fun and I can actually wonder. But anything else you would like to say, Dylan?
Nope.
Before we wrap it up.
Not
okay,
at all.
awesome. What do you rate this chapter?
8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10?
9. I would say, actually, yeah.
A 9. Dylan, I feel like your 8.5 was better. 9?
Personally, it's for the Franky fight because I love Franky. He's one of my favorite Straw Hats. So there's some personal bias with that.
Okay, I always love seeing a Franky fight. Franky's definitely not one of my favorite Straw Hats. He's a Straw Hat, so I love him, of course, but he's not one of my, he's not in the latter half of my favorites.
He is in the latter.
So I gotta give this chapter a good 8.5 out of 10 just because the Franky fight was so great. But honestly, I gotta reserve that 9.5, 10 for a more deserving chapter. I feel like I'm probably gonna give that to either Nico Robin or Sanji's fight, to be real. Between a 9 and a 9.5. So this one, I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. But with all that being said, thank you again, Dylan, as always, for being here to talk about One Piece with me. It is always a great time. Thank you all for tuning in. If you've made it this far, that's awesome. If you're enjoying the content on the channel, I'd be very flattered if you were to subscribe. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to slap a like on it. Leave a comment down below if you want to share anything or talk anything with me concerning this chapter or about One Piece in general. All that being said, we're going to have to see you guys in the next one. Peace!
Goodbye.